Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of Clearly Thriving. I'm Allison Clay,
And I'm Siri Harkins.
and we are thriving.
Clearly.
Clearly. Siri, what are you drinking?
I have water.
I also have water. And then I also have wine. When I say we, I mean Siri, got these little leak-proof kits for our Stanleys, and then she got us these cute little straw toppers. Mine is a cloud, and hers is a star, and they're so cute.
We also both have like our little nameplates on there. I feel like we've probably mentioned that on the podcast,
Mhm.
but I've got another one because I am dumb, and when I'm stressed out, I like buy stuff. Like
Yeah.
I just kind of panic shop.
It's therapy.
Yeah, so I bought a new Stanley in a darker shade of pink.
It's really cute, though.
It is really cute. And then I got a new nameplate for that one that says Miss Harkins. So
It's your school
it'll be
water.
my school water bottle, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. I also got a new Stanley, but I got the water bottle and not the cup, which I have a water bottle exactly like the one I just bought, but in a purple, and then I bought the one that is in the rose quartz because that's my favorite. But my one that I have was a gift to me from the last show that I did, and it has the show's name and logo on it. And it is from a different studio than I now work for in my new job. So no one has said anything. I've been taking that one and it's been fine.
Just
And
feels a little faux pas.
yeah, I'm more comfy just bringing a blank water bottle. But I think I have decided I might put stickers on this one, depending on, if the right sticker comes to me, maybe I'll put it on. My current Stanley, my cup one, I have very intentionally left stickerless,
Yes.
but we'll see. I'm open to it. But yeah, so we each have gotten new Stanleys. Mine is in the mail though. It should be here hopefully sometime this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
We also are currently in the middle of a hurricane. It is Sunday night in Los Angeles. Today and tomorrow we have been experiencing Hurricane Hillary. We have been very fortunate though. We have not lost power. Our water is still fine. None of the gas for us has gone out. But all of that has happened across LA County in different areas. But luckily not for us. We have had a little bit of flooding, but luckily not too bad. But it's kind of scary. I did yesterday though. I filled up 9 water bottles. I put one by my bed and then the other 8 are in the kitchen. They're just ready to go cuz bottled water was sold out at every store in Burbank, and that kind of stressed me out. And we have like a little bit of bottled water that we got when we went to the Taylor merch day. And then we also have like a jug of it that we got for our like earthquake preparedness 3 years ago. But I mean, it's water, so I'm assuming it's fine. But I mean, it's not just us. In this house right now, we have 3 humans and 4 animals. So I wanted to make sure that everyone had enough water. So I did that, and then I got some groceries, not a ton, just like my normal weekly grocery haul. Um, and then I also charged all of my external batteries because I was more worried about the power going out than the water because we have had power outages here for less than a hurricane. So I just wanted to be prepared.
yeah, Allison like prepared yesterday, and I had dance auditions for a group called LA Unbound, which is a group I've danced with before, and it's super great. So if you're in the LA area, look them up. LA Unbound. It will be their 30th show this fall.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And yeah, our trials were from 2 to 6. I'm still hurting. I was so exhausted yesterday and in so much pain because I haven't really been dancing at all.
Yeah.
Um, But I was really excited because every piece that I wanted to be in, I got cast in. So I was very excited.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for the show. The performance will be November 11th.
It's in my phone calendar,
Yes.
which means it's official.
So I'm excited. It'll be a good time.
Yes. Friday, I had a longer, more exhausting day in my training. I was outside all day doing physical labor, and by that I mean I was just walking a lot. But I passed my step goal by 1 p.m. And then my watch eventually died because it was tracking the whole day as an exercise, like as an outdoor walk. And so it just died. I guess I was using too much power. Um, so I don't really know how many steps I took. My phone says just shy of, I think, 20,000. Oh. The dogs are concerned about that, apparently. But I came home sweaty because Friday was also really, really hot and humid. Like, I think the high was 90 maybe, and then the humidity lately has been ridiculous because we've been creating a hurricane. Not creating, but we've been getting the humidity from the hurricane for several days now. So Friday was pretty gross, and I came home drenched in sweat, exhausted, dehydrated. Even though I drank so much water, my pee was clear, which my entire life, that has been my main indicator of how hydrated I am. My pee was clear. I drank no less than 8 of my 30-ounce Stanley bottle that I took with me. How many ounces is that? 8 times 30. This is what calculators are for.
Oh yeah.
I drank 240 ounces, which is over twice what I should be consuming in a day. But I still was just not feeling it, and I was hungry. And so I came home, I like peed, obviously. I like took off my bra because I was so sweaty that I just could not stand to have that be so tight around me anymore. And so I just like plopped on the couch. I got a snack, a Powerade Zero, and a Capri Sun. And I just sat there and I chugged that Capri Sun and like ate a little snacky snack, chugged a liquid IV. And then Siri was like, "So Jasenia wants to know if we want to go to her house and go swimming." And I was like, "Tonight? Tonight?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "I'll just tell her no." And then I thought about it and I was like, "Don't tell her no. A pool actually sounds great." And so we wound up going. I made Siri drive. And we took, well, I took a little protein bar that I ate in the car, and I drank another Powerade Zero in the car. And by the time we got there, I was feeling much better.
Yes.
And then we swam, which was really fun. And I think that that probably helped quite a bit for me to not be so sore yesterday. Like my body was tired and I was like my glutes were sore. But other than that, it was fine. Yeah. But we swam and we sat in the hot tub. And then when we were done, we went to Chili's because there's a Chili's by our house, or by her house, but there is not one close to our house. So we went there and we had some appetizers and some drinky drinks, and it was a good time.
Like I spent way too much money at Chili's because I didn't know what I wanted. I wanted a little bit of everything. So
You also had not been to a Chili's in a while.
yeah. It's definitely been a while.
And then last night, our plan was to go to an improv show. We did not make it there. So instead, we went to Olive Garden and then we went to El Tejano, which was actually really fun. We had some more drinky drinks, and some chips and salsa. And Jasenia stayed way later than we both did. Siri Ubered home at like 11.
Yeah, I was so exhausted from the dance show, and I just like I couldn't rally because I hadn't thought to take any Advil, so I was just in so much pain and so tired.
Yeah. So, yeah. So she Ubered home at like 11. And then I left. I probably got home a little after midnight.
I don't know.
I don't know. It wasn't super late. But then Jasenia was there until like 2. So
I was like, we're the lamest friends to go out with. Sorry, Jasenia.
I tried. I mean, and this coming week too, I work, and it's been in the back of my mind since I left work on Friday. This coming week, instead of 9 to 5, I work 8 to 5. So I just am it's in the back of my mind. Like, I don't need to like completely mess up my sleep schedule because I already am not getting a ton of sleep during the week. And I just need to like be really conscientious of setting myself up for success. So I was in bed by 1, which is not great, but better than 3, which is what Jasenia did.
Oh man.
So that's how I'm feeling okay about it. Then today is was Hurricane Day 1. So this morning Panini went and got groomed.
Yes, Panini had her very first grooming appointment, and so we went to Healthy Spot in Studio City, which Mocha has been to before. So she got her nails trimmed, and then they did a breed standard hand stripping for her. She is a wire-haired weenie.
And Siri, for those who do not know, meaning I did not know, what exactly is hand stripping and why do people do that?
Okay, so hand stripping is for double-coated dogs. So wire-haired dogs specifically, they have 2 layers of coat. They have the soft layer and the wiry layer. They don't shed their soft layer really on their own. So you need to go in and take it out. And so what some people do is they just trim the fur, but then that ruins the wiry layer of fur and it doesn't grow properly and it softens over the time. So if you want to maintain the integrity of the wire coat, you have to go in basically piece by piece and like take out the soft layer, like the longer furs. So you can do it with just your fingers, but as I get older, you have to use a comb. The groomer today had like his little comb thing that he was using, and he did a really good job. She looks chic and clean and appropriate.
Yes, she does. She looks great. And Mocha got her nails trimmed.
Yes. Mocha also got a pop cup because that used to be my routine because I love that area of Studio City, and I used to take Mocha there a lot. So we did Healthy Spot so she could get her nails trimmed. Got her a pup cup, got me Starbucks. Paper Source was closed, so we didn't go there. Lululemon was closed, so we didn't go there. But we did go to the farmer's market, which was so dead.
Yeah.
Like there were very few of the normal stands there. Like basically just the diehards were there. None of like the kids' bounce equipment was set up. Only one of the plant stands was there, like for wildflowers.
Was the pickle guy there?
Yeah, the pickle guy was there.
Good. I love the pickle guy.
Yeah, the pickle guy was there. The New Zealand hand pie people were there, and I didn't know.
Interesting.
I didn't know that there were people that did New Zealand hand pies here. But my sister was just in New Zealand for the Women's Soccer World Cup, and she became obsessed with their hand pies. So I sent her a link to their shop and was like, "So you got to come out to LA, clearly." Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Mocha and I did, and then I went to Firestone because I knew there was a hole in a tire. So they did indeed find that there was a nail in my tire. They found a nail in my tire. They fixed it. It was all good. And then Panini was ready to be picked up. It was a long morning, really. We did a lot of things. Yeah. And at that point, it was really just rainy. It wasn't like overwhelmingly anything.
Sorry, Panini just peed on my bed, so I had to go deal with that. Yeah. But yeah, the rain started. It was raining when you left, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the worst of it, the heavy rain, didn't really start until after you got back. So that was good.
Yep, it was just normal rain this morning, and that was fine.
So we spent the rest of the day watching movies that I have to watch as part of my training. And then we made a frozen pizza for dinner, and then we went rogue and watched School of Rock, which is just as great now as it was when it first came out. I love it.
Yes.
Like, no one can play Jack Black like Jack Black.
Yes. He is pretty unique.
Also, the whole time we were watching it, I just couldn't stop thinking about how that was like Sarah Silverman's most anti-Sarah Silverman role.
Yeah, because it's so not what she's like at all. So
Yeah,
funny.
it's like yeah, I'd kind of forgotten about that. So we've just been watching movies. Siri saw Jaws for the first time.
Yep.
I love Jaws. It's probably one of my favorite horror movies. But you had never seen it, and I think my favorite part of watching it this go around was seeing your reactions.
Oh, just when I didn't know what was coming.
Yes, because Siri is a very she has very large reactions, and she can't slash doesn't do anything to try to hide them. So when the shark would like just come up out of nowhere, she'd go ah! Or God, and that was great. And then I'm not even gonna say spoiler alert because this movie came out in the 70s. So
like, if you don't know what happens in Jaws, like
if you haven't seen it by now, it's your own damn fault. But when the guy is like going down to investigate the first boat that they find and the head pops out, Siri went, "Oh my God."
and then I started laughing because it looked awful.
But you did that almost every time. Every time that she jumped and made a noise, then she would start laughing at herself, and it was great.
Because it like startled me, and then I was like, "Oh my God, that thing is ugly." Like I was like, I wasn't expecting it. It was like, oh, that is awful.
So the moral of the story is, if you have the opportunity to watch Jaws with someone who has not seen it before, do it.
Oh my goodness.
We also today watched War of the Worlds, the 2005 one with Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. This is what we were watching when the fucking earthquake hit.
Yes. Yep.
So it really just kind of felt a little more apocalyptic than it already was.
Yeah.
Because we just don't have a hurricane today. That's not all. We also have had multiple earthquakes. Only one that we've really felt, because they've been for the most part they've been originating out of Ojai, which is quite a ways from here. The Big Bear one was closer, but it wasn't big enough for us to feel it. But the only one we really felt was the 5.5 that came out of Ojai, probably around 2.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but apparently there were 2 smaller ones before it. So it had 4 shocks, but I don't think there's been any aftershocks that I've heard of.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But one of my friends put in her close friend story, which is why I will not say the name, like, you guys, what if we have the big one during the hurricane?
Oh my God.
And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that when we got that earthquake, I was like, oh no, it's the big one.
Because everyone keeps on talking about that, like the big one is coming, because we haven't had like the big one since whatever 1992.
Yeah, but even that was not quote unquote the big one, because we're right on that whole theory comes from we are right on the San Andreas fault line that has not been triggered since they've been recording earthquakes. And it's a giant fault line. So like when that gets triggered, it goes like all the way from Mexico to Washington, I think, that fault line. So it could potentially be catastrophic. So that's why it anytime there's a smaller earthquake that's closer to the fault line, which it's like, I think it runs right through downtown. So it's not here. We're further away from it here. But I mean, we're still close. But that's why anytime there's one that's closer to downtown, everyone's like, nah. But yeah, it was interesting because I was sitting on the couch, you were in the bathroom.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I felt the couch just kind of start scooting around. And I was like, And then Siri came out and was like, did you feel that? And right about then is when we got the alert, like earthquake. But this was the first time ever I got an earthquake alert that was not just like earthquake originating 100 miles from you, be aware of maybe aftershocks or whatever. This one said, earthquake alert, take cover, hold on.
Like, way to be so dramatic.
Like, it was honestly kind of scary. Like, just how that alert was worded. I was like, eh. But yeah, you came out of the bathroom and you said like the toilet paper in the holder was like
So the toilet
swinging.
paper holder was moving, and I was just like, I was gaslighting myself, and I was like, I just bumped it.
Yeah. And then when she came out and we were talking about it, she just pointed above my head and her eyes got big. And I was like, what? And I looked up and I have these like decorative plaques that,
Sconces.
they're sconces. And they had like mason jars hanging on them with like twinkle lights. And it was just swinging. And then we heard my roommate, who's a gamer, and her bedroom is like right off the living room. So like when she's talking to her friends, we can kind of hear her. She goes, "Whoa, did you guys feel that? My bed is moving."
Yeah. She's usually pretty quiet in there, I think just because she's likely gaming. But
Yeah.
that was funny.
It was because we were like, "Oh, Ari felt it too." Yeah.
But yeah, while watching War of the Worlds just really
Yeah, that really hit a little different. Yeah.
Well, not me, Lila.
Lila makes the noises. When she's playing, she like does not play quietly. She does that with her toys too. Like even when she was the single dog in this household, she'd have her toy and be chewing on it and be like, "Ah."
Yeah. Lila and Panini like playing together.
Yeah. The other night, though, when we were going to bed, Mocha was in my bed, curled up being cute. And Mocha and Lila used to be the only two dogs in this house. And they were like best buddies. And they would like sleep curled up so that we called them yin and yang because Lila is blonde and Mocha is dark. So they looked like yin and yang. And the other night, Lila came into bed and Mocha was there. And she saw Mocha and was like, and ran up and was like giving her kisses. And Mocha was just kind of like, yes, it's me. It was cute.
You're so cute.
She's been having a great time.
Yes. Winston, not so much. Although Winston has kind of figured out that I'm on his side.
Yeah, I think he's getting there. It's interesting because when we first got back, he really seemed okay with everything. Because in the past he's been annoyed by the dogs because they tried to play with him. But when we first got back, because there were 3 dogs, they really left him alone. Like they were just so entertained by each other that he was just non-existent to them. And he enjoyed that and was fine with it and seemed pretty happy. Like he was playing with his toys, hanging out in his cat tree. And then they noticed him, and the 3 of them were kind of ganging up on him for a while, and he really did not enjoy that. And now he's kind of in the phase where he's like, this is my house, I gotta take it back. And so he'll like come in the living room and the dogs will come at him and he'll hiss. And today I saw him like bop Mocha on the head and I was like, I mean, all right, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll get there eventually. They just gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that they will because when it was just Winston and Mocha in this house, like but pre-Lila days, they napped together. Like
they were fine.
They even played a little bit. They were fine. And Winston's like that when it's just him and Lila, like he'll be okay. We're just kind of still in that everyone's figuring out everybody else.
Yes. That's my
Yeah.
Yes. But I usually wake up early too, and so usually when I'm like up, I'll take my dogs out of the room and hang out in the living room. But Winston's been coming out with us lately,
which is very much appreciated because he's usually what wakes me up.
Yeah, he causes mischief in here.
When he's ready to get up, he makes sure that you get up. Like, because my work schedule has been so insane, I've been exhausted pretty much the past couple weeks, but especially like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I actually thought I might be dying. Like I'd be like driving home from work and like, I should not be operating heavy machinery. And so Saturday morning yesterday, she let me sleep until 11. I slept until 11.
No.
And then I woke up and my like sleep thing, or I think 10:30, I don't know, but my sleep tracker app was like, you slept almost 12 hours. And I was like, so that was great. And then this morning I slept for like 9.5. So that was great. And then tomorrow I don't have to go in. They pushed my schedule back a day because of the hurricane. I get a 3-day weekend, so that's nice. So tomorrow I'll sleep in again, and then I have to start learning my script. The script for my new job, I don't really think I've talked about it on here.
I don't think so.
It's 70 pages long. We have to be completely off book. There's parts of it we have to have verbatim, and there's parts of it where we can kind of do whatever we want. But there's certain there's certain dates and references and specifically some legal things that we have to say like word for word. So that's kind of stressful. And then there's so many variables in it, like it can change based on the situation. So that's kind of stressful. There's just so much that I need to know, which I am absorbing it because when we're watching the movies on the list of things I have to watch, I am able to regurgitate the trivia for you that I've learned.
Yes.
But it's just stressful. So tomorrow I need to go over that a little more because I haven't gone over the script at all. Like I read a page while the pizza was in the oven.
You know what? It's really fun.
So I need to do that tomorrow. And tomorrow I also need to do laundry and wash my hair and get some meal prep done for the week. I really need to brush Lila's teeth. Like that needs to happen. I've only done it once since we've been home, and we've been home a month.
Oh.
I usually do it every week. So her oral care has been slacking.
Yeah.
She gets her dental chew every morning. So like theoretically that should be fine. She just has the small dog mouth problem. Because her mouth is Chihuahua. She's like a Chihuahua Pug mix with a couple other breeds thrown in there. But her mouth is very Chihuahua. And Chihuahuas, I guess, are notorious for having dental problems because their mouths are so small that it's hard to like properly care for them. So I'm trying really hard to get ahead of that while she's still relatively young. But when I'm busy, that is usually one of the first things to kind of go by the wayside. I got these wine glasses in my fall FabFitFun box, and I really like them.
Yes, Allison gets a lot of packages.
Yes, I do.
And a lot of times I'm just like, oh, this. Like, I need a haul. And half the time she'll be like, this is Lila's dental chew.
Yeah. It always is either stuff for the pets, stuff for work, or medical supplies. Like, I feel 99% of the time that's what it is because I still am doing my content stuff. So a lot of the packages I get are for that. And then I get a lot of medical supplies because nothing in my body works right. And then my pets are spoiled, so they get a lot of stuff too. And I also have like all of their food on auto ship. So
Yes.
they both have food and treats on auto ship. Lila's dental chews are on auto ship. The treats for the Furbo are on auto ship. This is the most active they've been all day in all fairness.
Okay. Causing problems.
Show the friends how cute she looks with her little grooming.
She's adorable.
Yeah, look at that standard wired dachshund. Yeah.
Very good.
She's so cute.
And I got her a raincoat today because it was raining when we left.
Yeah. And Siri, show the friends your tattoo because we like told them in our mini episode last week, but now you can.
It's hard to show it.
It's right there.
Yep. It's there.
It cracks me up because I've heard multiple people ask you like, "Oh, how was it? Did it hurt?" And you always just go, "Yeah."
Someone's dragging a needle back and forth across your skin. Like, yeah, it hurts.
When we were walking to El Tejano last night, so there's a tattoo shop a couple doors down from El Tejano, and that is where I got my piercing when I was drunk on my birthday. Um, but the guys were all sitting outside. There's like a little bistro set outside the door, and they all were sitting outside just soliciting tattoos off the street. Like every time someone walked by, they're like, "Hey, you want a tattoo?" Which I do, but I don't really want to get it there because the piercing I got there did not heal very well, which Siri has pointed out numerous times, and you're not wrong. It is because I had had so much alcohol. I bled a lot, and that probably was not great for the healing process. But all of my other piercings have healed fine, even the ones that I got in my kitchen. Like, I have 4 piercings that were done in my home by a not professional.
Also, that piercing took forever. I felt like I was sitting in that shop for so long.
It's because I was bleeding.
Yeah.
Like, and also, she wouldn't let you come back with me.
Yep.
Which was weird because I was like, "Hey, can my friend come hold my hand?" And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Siri!" And she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I can only have one person back here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she did like this clamp on my ear, which I had never had anyone do before. I'm like, this is still technically a helix.
Okay. Panini. We just had a cat knock over the gate on the door, which we don't really need the gate on the door to keep them
That's
out of
true.
the room. Anyway, but you know.
Yeah. Oh, I have a bruise there. Anyway, so this is technically still a helix piercing, which I have 2 of them, and the other one was fine.
I think she just needed to pull back the curve part a little bit.
I don't think so because they didn't do it up here. I don't know. But she like put a clamp on it, which she was like, most people say this is the worst part. And then she pierced my ear. And I will say the clamp was not the worst part.
Panini. Uh-uh.
Panini. I thought I brought this spray bottle over here, but now I don't see it.
I'm Olga.
It's not on my it's okay. But anyway, when I got my first helix done, it was fine. It really didn't hurt at all. But I also like researched for that one. It was very planned, and I researched my piercer extensively. I picked who I wanted. I went to her, like made an appointment and did it, and it was completely fine. It really did not hurt at all. Like I felt it happening, but it didn't hurt. It healed so well. And then this one I obviously got on a whim. Like I had thought about getting another one, but it wasn't really something I was planning to do immediately. And then it just happened, which I don't regret it. Let's be clear. I like it. I'm not mad about it. I just don't think I would go back to that shop again. Because for one, the piercer that I went to for my first one, I had to fill out a form. I had to fill out like a medical clearance thing. They asked like the last time I ate, they asked if I was under the influence of anything. This one, I only had to sign a waiver saying that I was okay with them piercing my ear. That was it. They obviously knew I'd been drinking. They're down the street from El Tejano. They're down the street from like 8 bars. Like clearly most of the people that come in there are probably under the influence of something. And then they let me leave and I was still gushing blood from my ear and I had no idea. Like we went back to El Tejano and I was going around like, look at my earring. Meanwhile, there's blood going down my back and I didn't know until I saw my jacket the next morning. So I wouldn't go back there, but I do want more piercings and I do want a tattoo. I have like, let's be honest, I want like 6 tattoos. I'm gonna start with 1.
No, Mocha.
Mocha and Panini both have tattoos, and I don't.
Lila, do you have a tattoo?
Lila does not. She's not that cool. But she also was microchipped in my living room.
They do that so that people know that they're
Perfect.
safe.
Yeah. Yeah, she does not have that.
I opted to have it for me. It wasn't like required. They didn't just automatically do it. I just opted for it.
I'm assuming that's why Lila doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Because her rescue group, Lila was born with a heart murmur, and her rescue group had to like fundraise to get her the surgery that she needed.
Yeah, little baby.
Yeah.
Your mom
But
is so
she
little.
got it and she's fine. And now when she goes to the vet for her checkups, like the first time she went to Winston's vet, they were like, "She had a heart murmur?" And I was like, "Yeah, she had surgery. It's like in her chart." And they were like, "Yeah, I see that. That she like doesn't even have a scar."
Yeah, she's totally fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the only thing she really has is she has this weird little,
Oh yeah.
it's like a miss. The fur there lays differently than the fur on the rest of her belly. But that's it. And she's completely fine. She's a good baby. Right? Yeah. She's a good girl.
Yes. Tomorrow, Jasenia and I are going to Disney.
Yeah. I am not. I had a reservation and canceled it. This is the first time ever in my life I will have FOMO. Probably.
You also really actually need the day.
I do. I need a day so bad. I need a day to sit with my script for one, and then I need to like wash my hair and do laundry and get ready for the week. I'm honestly so thankful to have a 3-day weekend, because otherwise I would have been doing all of that today.
Oh,
And I would be so cranky.
yeah.
Well, I probably wouldn't have gone out last night, for one.
Yeah.
But and then I would have had FOMO about that. There's just no winning
No.
right now. Everyone that has my job that is like out of training says that training is so stressful, but then it's fine. And like then it's supposed to be a great job. So I just have like my eye on the prize, and I only have I think a week and a half left of training.
Yes.
Close to 2 weeks left, but it's gonna be fine. And then it's gonna be great. So yeah, I'm just tired and my brain is mush. I've been saying that I'm functioning at like 50%, and then I said on Friday, I was like, it's probably closer to 10%, and I still stand by that.
Yes. Because that was when we were going to Jasenia's, and Allison was like, okay, well, just let me change, and then I'll be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then she put on her bathing suit, and then I was like, you gonna bring clothes? Because, like, we're gonna go to Chili's.
And also just like driving up there, am I gonna drive all the way to Santa Clarita just in my bathing suit?
I was like, I thought you were just gonna like change in general, just out of the clothes you sweat in all day,
No,
and then just pack your swimsuit, which is what I did.
I put on my swimsuit and I was like, I'm ready. And Siri was like, no, you're not. So yeah, probably closer to 10%. And I told you the other day, it's hard for me even to like go to sleep, even though I'm so tired. Like I am exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. Like I'm fried. But it's hard for me to go to sleep because when I lay down, my brain is still going over everything that happened that day. It's trying to like recite the script to myself. It's like, oh, don't forget this and don't forget that. And this year, don't forget this year and all of the stuff. So it's also my training is not a 9 to 5 job. It's a 24/7 type situation. So on Thursday, and honestly every day that I'm working, the only time I have to myself, like the first break from when I leave the house at 8 a.m., my first break is when I get in the shower at 10 p.m.
No, maybe.
Because I leave the house at 8, I'm on the clock a little before 9. Then I'm there until 5, although some days we've been staying later. And then I get home, I have homework, I have a movie to watch, I have the script to go over. Sometimes I have homework on top of that. Oh, I have to do my homework tomorrow. And then I don't have enough time. There's just not enough time in the day. Like Thursday, I came home. The movie I had to watch that night was King Kong.
Oh my god.
I got home, which Thursday they also kept us late. So Thursday I didn't get home until a little after 6.
Yeah.
I peed. I didn't even change on Thursday. I peed, then we started the movie. We ordered dinner, so I didn't even pause it to make dinner. The movie was over at like 9:30. Then I still had to like read and shower, and I needed to like I didn't even prep my lunch because the next day we were buying.
Yeah.
So I fell asleep reading the script because I didn't by the time I showered right after the movie. I was in bed by like 10 and I was exhausted. It just it's a lot right now, but it's gonna be great.
Yes.
Ugh.
Just a crazy training time.
Yes, this phase of life and job specifically is exhausting and a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is what it is.
yeah. Like thank God you're here during the day. Because otherwise Lila and Winston would just be shut up in my room all day. And I would come home so tired. And it's kind of great, honestly, right now because I come home and they've been played with all day. So all I have to do when I come home is cuddle, which is all I want to do.
Yeah. They're
So,
not like going crazy.
Yeah, so that's been great. Yeah. And then you watered my plants the other day, which was great because I had completely forgotten about them until yesterday when I took the dogs out. And I came back in and I was like, my tomatoes look so sad. I need to remember to water them tonight. And Siri was like, oh, I watered them yesterday. And I was like, thank you.
Yep. Which now everything's like drowning back there, but
Probably. Yeah, tomorrow I need to, when it finally stops raining, which I think it's supposed to stop by like 9 or 10,
Yeah.
I need to go out and like dump excess water out of the pots. Yeah.
Squeegee water away from the sunroom.
I'm not even gonna, I mean, maybe. Yeah, our backyard is weird because we have this sunroom space, but it's not really in a fully enclosed space. Like it's not fully waterproof. So I went in earlier this year and waterproofed the walls as best as I could. And those have been holding up really well. This is the first time that we've really had any sort of water coming in since I've done that. And it's because the water is coming in through the door.
Like under the door.
Because it's not really waterproofed, it's not sealed off.
Yeah.
And it's also ground level. And right where the door is, the patio kind of dips. So water will pool there and then come in under the door. So I feel like if there's any rain, any heavy rain in the forecast, again, while we still live here, I'll try to get like a water bag or a sandbag or something. But yeah, the water out there is not as bad as it has been in the past, so that's nice. There is one spot in the roof that I sealed when we first moved into this house almost 6 years ago.
Oh yeah, and
that
was leaking.
Is leaking now. But I patched like 12 holes out there when we first moved in, and it's been 6 years, and just now, just one of them, and this is the first time.
Because it was like I think people that lived here before had drilled holes in
the metal roof.
Yeah, to like hang I think a false ceiling situation. Like you're idiots.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, they also were guys. Before I lived in this house, there were 6 guys in this house.
Gross.
Yeah. Yep. So I sealed all of those, and now there's one that's leaking really just a little bit. It's not leaking as much as it could be, but I think I just need to spray the sealant there again when it's not raining.
It's not raining, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. It could be worse, especially considering the whole hurricane of it all.
Yeah. Hurricane Hillary.
Yeah. Overall, it has not been bad, knock on wood. Because I was prepared. That was the whole thing. Like I felt silly kind of preparing, but then I didn't want to like wish that I had.
Yeah.
Especially the water thing is what got me, because everyone was like buying out the water. In all of Burbank, there's no bottled water, no batteries, and no toilet paper. because apparently people also bought up toilet paper, which luckily we didn't need. I just read that one on Facebook. But we did need batteries because I also learned I only had one flashlight and it's not a great one. And so I ordered 2 flashlights yesterday. And thank God for next day Amazon delivery because they were delivered this morning. They're fine. They're like tiny but still tactical, and they're honestly kind of great.
Yes.
But they run on AAA batteries, which is also what my insulin pump uses. So like I had enough to put it in there, and I still have a couple left over, but I placed a Target order because Ralph's and Walmart both were out of batteries, but Target was not, my order was not ready until this morning. And I was like, I placed it at like 1 o'clock yesterday and it said 2-hour pickup. And that did not happen.
No.
So maybe tomorrow afternoon I'll feel like getting out, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
I'm kind of okay with not leaving the house. I also very much could just send you the pickup number and have you go get them when I'm at work.
You can add someone to do your pickup thing.
Well,
I wasn't gonna drive all the way over there today, but
no. No.
after being all over with the dogs.
No.
Oh, hello, Winston. It's a zoo in here.
Yeah.
This is like a very much clearly there are so many animals here episode.
Yes.
I don't
At
know that
night-
they've ever been so present.
At night when we go to bed in my room, there are 2 humans, 3 dogs, and a cat. Also, I don't think we've talked about this on the podcast. You know what my number 1 allergen is? Dogs.
We totally did talk about it on the podcast because when you first got diagnosed, but it is extra funny because you were currently living with 3 of them.
Yeah, I think that's what I meant. I don't think we've
Okay.
talked about it recently.
Yeah.
So when I had my allergy testing last year, I did read the results on the podcast, but my number 1 allergen is dogs. And I'm currently now living with 3 of them. So when it was just me and Lila, like when that was my only dog, I was taking 3 allergy pills a day. Now I'm up to about 12, and I still, on occasion, will be covered in hives. So that's really fun. But you need to stop chewing on my basket. That basket was expensive and hard to find.
She really likes Wicker.
She's like, I don't care. It's also just not good for you to eat wood.
It's not.
Anyway, that's life as of late.
Great.
I really need to be better at like checking when we start these. I have no
feel
idea.
like that's been long enough. We'll have more to say next time.
Yeah, we will. Did we cover everything we said we were going to cover in our mini episode?
I don't know.
Who knows? Anyway, I'm Allison Clay.
And I'm Siri Harkins.
And we're thriving. Clearly.